Hello everyone and welcome to today's Tales of Muppetry. So today I was doing some wiring up as per usual, one of the devices we make, and I was using wires like this, connecting them to a battery very similar to this one here. And they go on like this, and when this battery is actually fitted in the unit, it's buried underneath a small PCB like this here, so you can't access it very easily because it's got a couple of screws holding it in place. Anyway, I've got this connected up like so, and I was feeding the wires around to where they need to be on that particular PCB on the top here, and I then had to cut them to length. So what I would normally do is I'd cut them to length one at a time, like so, which of course is the sensible way of doing things, but I was probably concentrating on some music on the radio or something and not really paying attention, and I cut them like this. Stop! Yeah, well, we'll not do it again. Good idea. Put that down for a minute too. Anyway, have a look how the two wires ended up, guys. Here they are in this bag to keep all the bits together. Look, as you can see, it's all over the place in there, guys. Let's get it out and have a look, shall we? Now that's pretty awesome by anybody's standards. You can see where it's all melted here, and you can see where this is where the power was getting up to. This is where I'd cut the wire, as you can probably see there, look, and it's not melted it here obviously because there's no power running through that, but there's quite a considerable current running through here, and there was great big clouds of smoke billowing out of the unit. It's all over the place. It stunk to high heaven, because I think this is like flame retardant insulation on here, but it will smoke. It melted and it smoked like anything, so I had to fight my way through all the smoke to undo two screws to get the PCB off to actually disengage the connectors here to stop it. It went mad, it did. I mean, just check out the difference here. Look, you've got all the melted insulation here. Here's a non-melted one, and you can see there's some little crimp marks in the receptacle here, and they've been completely blown out by the heat. Just taking it completely. As you can see, my fingers are getting covered in ash. I've got to say, it wasn't the cleverest thing I've done today, guys, but what I can do is I can possibly give you a demonstration of how much power there is in these little batteries here, because I've got some steel wool here. Now for this demonstration I'm going to use a slightly larger battery, but it's still 12 volts because the contacts are closer together, as you can see, making life a lot easier for me. And that's why we have this little safety gizmo on there to cover one of the connectors up. So what we'll do is we'll get some steel wool, wire wool, whichever you like, and we'll put it across the two contacts. So I'm going to hold the steel wool in this pair of pliers, we'll stick it across the two contacts and see what happens. Awesome. Goes pretty well, doesn't it? So I think the lesson here is, guys, is to concentrate on what you're doing, not listening to the radio and whatever record was on at the time. It could have been quite serious, you could have had a bit of a fire, but I think, as I say, this is like flame retardant insulation, which is quite handy because there was an awful lot of smoke going on at the time. Yes, so please let me know if you've had a similar experience, guys. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel, you can click like, and you can share it with your friends as well, because who knows, they might have nearly started a fire too. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. If you've already followed me on Instagram, you'll have seen this just after it happened. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this little hopefully educational video, and I hope you'll come back again sometime, as long as we've not burnt the world down, of course. Alright then guys, I'll catch you later then. Bye!